So, well, first of all, look at that. Bang my nose. I bang my nose. Don't ask. I'm a fool. So I said in the beginning of last video, oh, audio quality is going to be great because I'm on a new PC. Ha 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 ha. And it was. It was much better. But after I recorded the video, I realized I'd actually recorded it in the OBS default setting because I'd reinstalled OBS. And it was in FLV file. And my editing suite is Camtasia, and Camtasia doesn't accept FLV. So I had to convert the FLV to MP4, and it did actually have an effect on the sound quality. So this video now should have the soundiest of the soundiest quality, and I'll hear no different from nobody. But bang my nose. God, it bloody hurts as well. Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. So I think I've decided that life in itself is just clickbait. When you're a YouTuber, you obviously want people to come into your videos. You know, you want the views, you want people to be entertained. And to do that, you've got to come out with an attractive title, something that's going to reel people in. But at the same time, you don't really want to fall into the clickbait trap. Because there's a massive difference between having an attractive title, which appeals to people and gets them to come into the video, and clickbait, which is a misleading title to get people into the video. And it's very easily confused. People go, oh, this is just clickbait. But as long as the content of the video lives up to what the title is, what the thumbnail is, then you have not crossed the line. So it can be hard. It can be hard. But, you know, life finds a way. Life finds a way. Sometimes you just don't even have to think, because life in itself is clickbait. Prince Harry calls for addictive Fortnite game to be banned. It should not be allowed. So, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, member of the royal family, second in line to the throne, past William. Well, third, technically, because of we've still got the Queen and you still got Prince Charles. But you got Charles, then it'd be William, and then it would be Harry. So I think third in line for the throne. When a member of the royal family tries to tell the common person how to live their life and what to do, then, you know, you just got to use the words piss right off, mate. Piss right off. Now, Harry does actually come across as quite a cool guy, you know. He does. I actually like Harry. He's good. But this kind of just shows how out of touch people can be when they are simply exposed to one side of an equation and they are not given the full facts and they're not given the full sphere of what is going on. So this comes from the Daily Express, which is a rag. Can I just state this newspaper is a rag, as you can probably tell if I just scroll down. Related articles. Oh my god, royal shock. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry move from Instagram pic. Oh my god, these. Oh. Rag. Utter rag. So, Prince Harry launched an explosive attack on Fortnite and other games for being addictive and called for them to be banned. The Duke of Sussex, I said sus, urged parents to protect their children from these irresponsible games during a visit to a YMCA in West London. He added that social media is more addictive than drugs and alcohols. Harry was speaking to mental health experts about the effects of social media and violent video games. Well, first and foremost, there was a recent report published, and I'm talking very recent report published, that showed there was no relation, no correlation whatsoever between violent video games and violence in real life. But just ignore the facts. Because if these people who do these reports, about video games and such, the vast majority of them are doing it for a very specific reason, and that is to have their agenda confirmed. Now, we've had a lot of stories recently. I don't want to retread too much old ground, which I've done in some other videos. But we've had a lot of stories recently about kids being addicted to Fortnite. And you just have to look superficially. You don't even have to go deep, ladies, to see that a lot of this is terrible, garbage parenting. And we'll get onto that in a moment. He said, parents don't know what to do about their children's addiction to Fortnite. I do. Right? Number one, manage the time that your child has on the PC or on the console. You can apply adult controls to these technologies. It's not difficult. If you choose not to, you're being irresponsible. Make sure they have done all their work, chores, homework, etc. before they're even allowed access to any technology, any social media, any phone device, any tablet, any video game. Make sure their responsibilities are dealt with first. Chores around the house, etc. Whatever it may be. These things are not rocket science. And they actually build up routine within the child as well. So they understand how to live to a routine and handle a routine. Social media, if you are allowing a child on social media, to be perfectly honest with you, again, you are a really irresponsible parent. I think social media is cancerous, absolutely cancerous. Twitter in itself is set up and designed to create confrontation, because by confrontation, you get engagement. It's really set up that way. It's real short sentences. Things can easily be taken out of context. You can't have proper arguments. And when you can't have proper arguments and debate, things often debase themselves into name calling and mudslinging. Twitter knows this, but it still operates in that way. And as we've seen in recent times, Twitter is very much adverse to having a singular voice and trying to deplatform people whose voices don't merge with their own. And that is censorship on top of that. So you're going to end up with the Twitter echo chamber, and everyone else who doesn't have the right voice, who doesn't have the right opinion, is going to be cast aside. And with Twitter being such a prominent platform right now, things like that, very, very dangerous indeed. Also, make sure that the console or the PC is in the family room, the social room. Don't allow them to take it up to their bedrooms on their own, where they can lock the door, shut the door, hide away from the family environment. If you put it in the family environment, then also be very aware of mummy and daddy behind them when they're on the console, and that might in itself improve their behavior. And of course, if they misbehave, take it away from them. Take it away from them. Make sure that they're not allowed to have it for a specific period of time. Lock it away. Take it away. Instill some discipline. Don't be afraid to discipline your child if they are acting out. It's, again, I say it's not rocket science, but apparently it is. The Duke said the games shouldn't be allowed. Shush, rubbish. Where is the benefit of having it in your household? It's just a fun game. It's created to addict. An addiction to keep you in front of a computer for as long as possible. It's so irresponsible. One could argue that so many things in life are created to try and hold your attention for as long as possible. A book, a newspaper, television. They used to call TV the idiot box. But I'm pretty sure Prince Harry sits down, watches his Netflix and chills and all that kind of stuff. That's been created to allow you to sit there and stay there for as long as possible. But, it's easily applied to other things when it's not part of your agenda. Parents have gotten their hands up. They don't know what to do about it. No, bad parents have got their hands up, not knowing what to do with it. Lazy parents. People who don't want to take responsibility and want to pass the blame on for their terrible parenting to something else. It's like waiting for the damage to be done. Not at all. Not at all. Fortnite, which has millions of fans across the globe, is a game where players hunt for weapons to kill each other. Fortnite is probably the most kid-friendly and probably purposely done that way. There's no blood. You know, your character doesn't die. They just kind of like get teleported out type of situation. It's done in a very, you know, touchy-feely way. To put it like that is, again, focused, agenda-driven to make it sound more violent and than it actually is. It was reported that after Fortnite's release, children were turning up for school exhausted after staying up all night playing it. Well, those kids must have garbage parents. They must have garbage parents that would allow them to do that. That would allow them to be in a situation where they could do that. They're clearly parents who don't love their kids. As a result, head teachers warned parents to keep their children away from the infamous game. It's witch hunting again. It's witch hunting 2019 style. Find a devil and then use it to be, you know, to cast your ire at. It's just so obvious, and it just happens. Every generation is something. There is something. Rock and roll, television, Pooter games, internets. Everything's something to cast your ire at. Never mind. Harry, who has previously spoken up about mental health, was concerned the impact Fortnite and other games are having on young people. The dad-to-be warned of a global epidemic around young people's mental health and urged parents to get their children to engage with the world outside the internet. Now, I've already done a video about this and how my mother, who wasn't a fan of video games at all, didn't like them, but understood that I liked them, but still was irresponsible and made me game in a responsible fashion. Made sure that if it was sunny outside, I went outside and I didn't game. That when I got home, I'd, you know, done the chores that I was assigned, that I'd taken off my school uniform and got into my civvies, that, you know, I'd eaten my dinner first, I'd done my homework first. These were very, very simple things to put into place. And then it felt like a treat when I was allowed onto the video game console. It felt like a treat. Look for some educational games as well to try and get them into doing something else. If you're so concerned, try and find something that will allow them to use their brain. Video games have been proven to be a great source of getting kids to think rationally. Even in puzzle games like Lara Croft and stuff like that, because it's making them engage their logical side to solve puzzles. Things like that can be a great help. So just manage also what they're actually playing. This isn't a difficult thing. And I'm not saying that this is the only thing that you need to do. But at the same time, you can't, again, use these huge, broad strokes when people who have addictive personalities will find something to be addicted to. And if it isn't video games, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be all manner of different things. It could be swimming, it could be cycling. But people with addictive personalities will always find something to be addicted to. So I think it's irresponsible on behalf of Prince Harry, to be quite honest with you. I think it's, again, a very loaded debate that we've had time and time again. And when the royal family can look down on the poor people and pass their infinite wisdom, oh God, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. Let's have an argument. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.